Before Israel existed, what country was here?
What country was here? Palestine. Palestine.
Okay, was it a country then?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't recognized as a country before that. It was the British, the Ottomans, the...
Before that.
Before that? Before the Ottomans?
Oh yeah.
Okay, as a country.
Yeah.
Before Israel existed, what country was there?
هاي الأسئلة من برا والناس حابة تعرف قبل ما يكون في before there was Israel.
Yep.
قبل ما تصير إسرائيل شو كانت الدولة اللي هون؟ شو البلد اللي كانت هون؟
الدولة العثمانية.
The Ottoman
Okay.
state.
Okay. Was it an independent state?
هل كانت دولة مستقلة؟ الدولة العثمانية؟
يعني بتهيألي كانت في أواخرها يعني بس شوي مش كلها
I
كانت تمام.
believe towards the end of its days it wasn't that much, but it used to be.
Okay. Before Israel existed, what country was here?
Palestine.
It wasn't a country. It was a region.
No, it was Palestine. Country Palestine.
Yeah, but it wasn't a country. It wasn't an
You
independent
mean
country.
Canaan? You mean Canaan?
Canaanites.
I'm saying it wasn't an independent country.
عم بحكي إنه ما كانت دولة مستقلة.
فلسطين. قبل ما هي عشانها كانت مع because it was under بريطانيا.
British rule.
British.
That's right. Yeah.
So it wasn't really مستقل. Yeah.
Independent.
Yeah, independent.
Before Israel existed, what country was here?
Before Nablus, before Palestine,
Yeah.
for example, it was Rome.
Roman.
Before Israel, not before Palestine. Before Israel, what was here?
Before Israel was Turkish.
Okay.
It was the Ottoman Empire.
Okay.
But after the Ottoman Empire, it was British.
British. Yes, but it wasn't a country. It was a region.
It was Sham in the Ottoman Empire. After that, it was UK. Now it's Israel and Palestine conflict.
Okay. Before Israel existed, what country was here? Was there?
قبل ما تكون إسرائيل موجودة تتواجد إسرائيل شو البلد اللي كانت هون؟ الدولة اللي كانت موجودة.
Palestine.
But it wasn't a country.
Palestine.
But it wasn't a country in that sense.
بس ما كانتش دولة عم بحكي.
Okay, Palestine is country from 1,000 years. Yeah.
Before Israel existed, what country was here?
قبل وجود إسرائيل إيش كانت الدولة هنا؟
دولة فلسطين.
It was Palestine.
But it was a country?
هل كانت دولة؟
كانت دولة طبعا كانت دولة.
Of course it was a state. A
كانت
country.
دولة وكانت تحت السيادة الأردنية.
Of course it was a country under the Jordanian control.
Okay, was there like a Palestinian president or king or...
ما كان في سيادة فلسطينية، كان في سيادة عربية، سيادة أردنية هاشمية كانت قائمة على أمور القدس وفلسطين.
There was no Palestinian authority. There was an Arab Jordanian control over Jerusalem.
طبعا بعد الخلافة العثمانية كان الأمر لأهل الدين.
After the Ottoman Empire, it was the situation. The control was to the religious people.
أهل الدين المفتي والقاضي وكان القضاء الشرعي كانوا يحكموا هذه البلاد.
Yes, the system was controlled under the Mufti, which is the Sheikh, and the religious people. There were no authority titles given to me.
Before Israel existed, what country was here?
According to my information, I think like this was following Jordan. Like this was controlled by Jordan.
That's true.
Yeah, this was before I was born. But I heard from my grandma and grandma about this.
Okay, and before that?
I think Turkey were ruling here.
Ottomans, yes.
Yeah. So my grandma was talking some like the Turkish language.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Do you think your grandparents during the Turkish times called it Palestine? What did they call it?
At that time, I have no idea. They didn't tell me about like the name of this country, but I think it's still Palestine. It was Palestine at that time, but it was controlled or ruled by the Turkish.
Yes. Before Israel existed, what country was here?
Palestine, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
But it wasn't a country.
well, it was a country, but it was like colonized by England, by Great Britain. So yeah, it was always a country. If you look at Jewish just like historical evidence, they always talk about Palestine before Israel existed. So yeah, it was Palestine.
Okay, but it wasn't a country in that sense. That's
Well, because we didn't have everywhere countries in that sense. I mean, the United Nations was I don't know when invented, but it wasn't until like in
1948.
1948, exactly.
Just to fill this in for you, the first thing the United Nations did was declare Israel a country.
Yeah, I know.
Just telling you.
Yeah, no.
And before that, there was the League of Nations. Before that, there was a form of. So.
Are you an Israeli journalist?
No. Do you have an opinion, woman? Does she speak English?
About the question? Do you have an opinion? Can you repeat the question for me?
Before Israel existed, what country was here?
Before the Israel?
Existed. What country was here?
England,
England,
Britain.
Britain.
Oh yeah. From 1917 till
I think she's right. Yeah.
1948. And before the Britain,
The Ottomans.
the Ottomans, exactly.
Do you study history?
No, I just finished school, so yeah.
Okay.